Hey everyone, it's me, Cynthia. Thanks for stopping by my channel today, Living with MS in Texas. I want to talk to you today briefly. I always say that, right? Everything's always brief and may not necessarily be brief, but I want to talk to you today about something that's been, let me see, how can I put this? Plucking my damn nerves. That I feel like if it's something that's bothering me, that maybe it's something that some of y'all are also experiencing. So I just wanted to share my feelings on it. And what it is I am really tired of friends kind of comparing what's going on with them, physical things that they're dealing with, to the MS symptoms that we deal with and struggle with on a daily basis. And so I wanted to share this, and I'm going to point some of my friends in this direction because we've had conversations and I've shared information with them, and for some reason it's not sinking in. And so maybe you're dealing with this too, and it might be something that you can share. I just want to remind friends and family members that on a daily basis we struggle with these sometimes hidden and sometimes not so hidden symptoms that are problematic that we have no control over. And for me, the one thing is tingling and numbness that I usually experience. With the numbness, and it's usually like one side of my body or the other. Like I might, get up in the morning and my whole left side of my body is numb, or my leg is so numb on one side or the other that I can't bear the weight of my body. Like getting up out of bed, it's like, whoa, and it's just kind of a really weird feeling. Might be the fingers and toes sometimes, or stabbing feeling that comes on sometimes, and it lasts for hours sometimes, and sometimes it's just a few minutes. It comes and goes. You can, like, one side of your face might be numb. That's really frustrating, and there's nothing that we can do to alleviate it. It's not, that we can, let me be more conscious about how I might be laying on my legs or night or whatever. It's none of that. It's just, it comes and it goes. We don't have any control over it. So please stop telling me, girl, did you just lay on your leg the wrong way? No. I've been living with this disease for a minute, kind of know what I'm dealing with, and there's nothing that I can do to control that. Another thing is muscle spasms. Now that's something that can be controlled or alleviated with medicine, and they're like really intense, come again from out of nowhere, and we don't know why it happens, and this may be something that people without MS deal with, but it's more frequent, and to me it's more intense than anything I've experienced prior to having my MS diagnosis. Maybe it was the same, but in my memory it's more intense. I choose not to take medicine for it. It's just something that I know I have to deal with because it's a part of this disease that I live with on a daily basis. Another thing is dizziness, or, vertigo, balance issues, dizziness, lightheadedness. All those things can be helped with medication. I don't currently take anything other than vitamin D. So if I'm kind of feeling off balance, then I know that I just need to sit down somewhere and just kind of chill. And unfortunately, because of that, I miss out on, different activities. And I used to just, get invited to things and feel obligated because people would feel bad if you didn't come, hurt feelings, or you didn't want to feel left out. Now I realize that there's just going to be some stuff that I can't participate in, and I just need to let people know up front, like, I'm focusing on my health, and part of that is not being able to attend every event that I get invited to. If I'm not feeling well, I'm not feeling well, and I can't make any excuses for it. I didn't ask for this disease, but I'm trying to manage it best I can, and so that's one thing that I have to deal with. But I assure you, it's not the same. Well, people that have vertigo, it may be the same, but it's more frequent typically for someone who has multiple sclerosis. We don't know why. Please don't ask me to explain why. Just know that it's what we deal with. Another thing for me that's kind of gotten a little worse lately is bladder issues. And for me, it's just been more frequently having to urinate. So I miss out on, you know, like hold that thought, let me run to the bathroom right quick. Or in the middle of the night, I am getting up probably 4 to 5 times in the middle of the night to use the restroom, you know, where that didn't happen before. So that's something for me that just recently started, and I will discuss it with my neurologist on our next visit, because that's something that I could probably take some medication for to help. I'm not sure that I want to do that, because then the medications, they all have their own side effects that may be more problematic than whatever you're dealing with, particularly like with fatigue, which is something that has now maybe gotten worse because I'm getting up in the middle of the night more often to use the restroom, so my sleep is broken. But my fatigue has always been an issue, and it's been pretty constant and severe. I used to sleep, you know, 8 hours a night and get up and still be tired. I'm now tired. I don't get to sleep 8 hours because I'm, you know, because of the urination issue, but I'm still, the fatigue starts every day. I can get up after sleeping for a while and still be tired. And then as the day goes on, it gets worse. And God forbid that I would have to do something around the house, like I cut my own grass in my backyard, so that's kind of a chore. It's gonna tire you out. I need to schedule that, you know, everything like the scheduling, you know, make sure it's not too hot outside. Okay, make sure I'm gonna have time to take a nap afterwards, because definitely I'm gonna be zapped. Even if I do the laundry or wash the dishes, those daily activities that people take for granted, like, oh, let me go do it, you know, and you have all this energy. Those of us with MS, we don't have the energy to do those things. It costs us. Like, we got to decide that we're going to expend that energy. So if my dishwasher is, you know, full of dishes because I have to load it and unload it, I wash my pots and pans. Yeah, I'm going to decide, am I going to do that now, or am I going to wait and do it tomorrow or the next day? But what bothers me is that sometimes friends have compared being really tired because they've had to work, you know, 8 hours on their regular job, and then they'll go to their side hustle, or maybe they have, you know, 3 jobs and they got to run the kids around, and like, girl, yeah, I'm tired too. Yeah, you might be, but it's not the same as the fatigue that goes along with MS, because your issues could be alleviated probably with planning and scheduling and extra help, or maybe even different life choices so that you don't have to do 2 jobs and hustle like that. I could sleep all day and wake up and still be tired. So don't compare your issues with fatigue and being tired to my issues. And there's a medication that I can take, and I've taken medication before, but then it becomes a very vicious cycle of, okay, I got to take this for energy, take something to help me sleep at night, take for energy back again in the morning. And all these drugs have side effects. Oh, and not to mention that any sleep aid that you take other than melatonin can't mix with alcohol. And y'all know I'm a drinker, wine, but you know, nevertheless, it could be dangerous. So you got to pick and choose. And any sleep aid is not meant to be taken on a regular basis. It's meant to be a short-term thing. So that's not going to be a long-term answer to the fatigue that we deal with in taking the energy medicine. So then that becomes a vicious cycle that I choose not to be on that merry-go-round anymore. Another issue is vision problems. My MS manifested itself first as the optic neuritis and the numbness and the tingling, the vision in my left eye, but now I experience blurry vision in both eyes, and it's usually when I'm really, really tired. So friends, I promise you that that can't be corrected by me making sure I wear my glasses and my prescription is up to date. It has nothing to do with correcting vision, being able to read properly or see at a distance. It's the nerves that are back there that are affected, and there's absolutely nothing that I can do about it. Usually when I rest, you know, it's better. My left eye is worse than the right. There's vision loss, peripheral vision, and color acuity. That's not ever coming back, my neurologist tells me. It's not ever coming back. It's just, it's damage, nerve damage, nothing that can be done. But my friends, please, it's not because I'm not wearing my glasses. So stop comparing my vision issues to your vision issues that can be corrected because you can wear glasses. Cognitive changes, memory. My memory sucks. Don't ask me to remind you to do stuff because I'm not going to be able to help you with that. I have sticky tabs. I used to carry a little notepad, a little, like a journal, where I would put everything, and then I'd forget where I put the journal. So now there are a lot of things that are in my phone, but oh, if the battery dies, which never happens for me, I make sure my battery is always together, but you know, these phones can be fickle at certain times, and I don't know, something happens with a system update and stuff gets wiped out or whatever, but I have little systems in place to try to remind me of different things that I need to do. So if I forget your birthday, you're my friend, I forget your birthday, don't take it personal. Something happened. Maybe, you know, my calendar got corrupted or whatever, but my memory loss is not the same as your memory loss because we're getting old, and I don't consider myself old. I'm in my mid-50s, but I don't consider that old. But my cognitive changes, I've watched the decline. I had a very stressful, high-powered job that I enjoyed with the federal government, dealing with a lot of top-level people. It's embarrassing to be in a meeting and you're going somewhere with your train of thought and then you just forget. Or I've actually, you know, was on my way to work one day and was like, okay, this isn't familiar, let me turn around. Like I literally kept going in circles, like, wait a minute, no, this isn't the right direction, but nothing looked familiar. Or I'm in a meeting or out with at an event, and people that I've known, like people I've known for like 20 years, and I forget their name. Like, okay, wait a minute, what is her name? And it's like on the tip of your tongue, and then you just want to jump into the conversation because you've forgotten somebody's name. That's not the same as, yeah, we're all getting a little old and our memory is not as it used to be. It's way different with the MS. And so my friends, please stop comparing your struggles with your memory to the struggles that somebody with MS is going through, because it's not the same and it will never be the same. And then there's the for those of you in a relationship, the lack of sexual desire. I don't know how else to describe it. Even if you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm kind of feeling this and I want to do this, and then 2 minutes later it's like, you know what, I don't, you know, that you missed that window, it's gone, I don't want, you know, whoo, man, I'm sorry, my friend, you know, boo, sweetie, honey, whatever. It just happens and we can't control it. And I'm, you know, I don't know what to say with that, you know. It is what it is. And then, you know, for me, the depression, and no matter how hard we try to fight it in the battle, living with a chronic disease is depressing. And it can come, like I'm getting emotional right now, it can come out of nowhere. That you are, I'm visualizing images of my brain MRI and, you know, discussions with the doctor and comparing it to earlier images and him explaining that, you know, so here's a little brain shrinkage. So, I mean, I tell people all the time, yeah, I have a disease that is literally eating away at my brain. There is no cure. Some days are better than others, but the depression is real. And so, my friends, stop telling me to get over it or that it's an easy fix, because this is a chronic disease that we live with every day. Now, medication for depression, absolutely. There is something that we can take for depression that will help you feel better. But for me, all of those medications have side effects that tend to be worse than the disease itself and what we're dealing with. So I'm just doing other things. I have my crystals, and I have prayer, and I have ways that I just try to keep myself uplifted. Pink is a color for me. Red, I love, if you see me walking around the house with my red lipstick on, it's because I was, feeling kind of down, and that's just something that I do. So whatever it is that you need to do to help pick yourself up. I like for my hair to be done. I want to take myself to get a massage. I wish someone else was treating me to those massages, but I will take myself to get a massage, or take myself out for a nice meal, or go get my nails done, or whatever it is that you need to do to try to get through, a period where you may be feeling a little less than happy. It's okay, it happens. It's not every day, but I need my friends to stop saying, yeah, girl, it's raining, or it's cloudy. Ooh, I hate the cloudy weather or the rain. It's just depressing. That's not the same as what someone is dealing with that's managing a chronic disease, whether it's MS or something else. So, I say all this in love, friends. Stop comparing your crap and what you're dealing with to what I'm dealing with. Because unless you have MS, you don't know how I feel. Just like I don't really know how you feel dealing with some of your stuff, but I will never try to compare my disease with yours. Oh yeah, I'll see you this disease and raise you. No, whatever you're dealing with is yours, and what I'm dealing with is mine. But if you're going to be in the life of someone who's managing a chronic disease, whether it's MS or anything else, try to educate yourself on what they're dealing with, so that we don't get irritated when you seem insensitive to what we're dealing with. So that was just on my mind, and I just wanted to share. I thank you so much for stopping by. And for me, yes, it's wine time. It's almost 3:30, so it could be earlier than 3:30. But today I'm drinking one of my favorites. It's just a Pinot Grigio, and it's what I do. So cheers. See you next time. Bye.